Hello students, I am Pramod Jadhav from Silver Green English School, Vidyanagari. Welcome to the online classes. I will teach you English subject. Today we are going to study a poem for class 10 from First Flight book. So here is poem number 1, Dust of Snow. Dust of Snow is written by Robert Frost, who is an American poet who has written so many poetries, who is very renowned poet. Robert Frost has written many poetries, for example, Road Not Taken, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Mending Wall, etc. Now here Dust of Snow is very small poem which has been divided into only two stanza. This poem presents a moment that seems very simple but has a larger significance. And that's why Robert Frost quotes always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. Now, Dust of Snow. This poetry I will teach you. First of all, I will read the poetry, then I will explain stanza wise, then we will discuss hard words, and then I will tell you about figures of speech. So let me read it for you. Dust of snow. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had ruined. Now, here in the first stanza, the poet is giving us very simple situation. Poet might have gone outside, he might have standing under the tree, and a small creature, a small bird, crow, who is sitting on a tree or might be trying to fly. But with that movement, the dust of snow which is falling on the poet and which creates a very important feelings in the mind of poet which changes poet's feelings. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Now, in the first stanza, here crow, then hemlock tree, and snow. These three things are very important and very symbolic. Crow is also being considered as inauspicious. Even you can see snow is also considered as inauspicious in foreign land. Hemlock tree is poisonous tree, and now here in this situation poet is telling us the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. These three things are inauspicious, even though in this situation, in the second stanza, he tells us, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had ruined. So, here, ruined. Ruined is the word which means that sorrowful feelings. Now, poet was in a sorrowful feelings, in sorrowful mood, but with the moment of small creature here, his mood was changed. So here, hemlock tree is a poisonous plant with small white flowers. Rued is the word held in regret. So now let me discuss with the figures of speech used by poet in the poetry. Let me tell you first of all what is figure of speech. Figure of speech is a literary devices which are very useful for musical effect of the poetry. Even poets have poetic license which creates very important because they can change any rule of grammar in the poetry for bringing musical effect. Now here, first of all, first literary device is we will discuss here rhyming scheme. Now what is rhyming scheme? Rhyming scheme is here last sound of the line of any stanza which has the sequence like here crow, me, snow, tree. Now crow, me, snow, tree. Crow, O. O we can consider A, me we can consider B, snow, O again O, A and tree, E again B. So in the first stanza rhyming scheme is A B A B. In the second stanza crow, O sound is not repeated and even E sound is not repeated. So heart, T sound is here, so it will be D. Again in the sixth line we can see mood. Now D sound is not repeated, so it will become E. Again part. In the seventh line last word is part. So here T sound is there, so that's why it is repeated, it is D. And again ruid. Now D sound is there, so it is again E. So in this way, in this poetry, we have rhyming scheme A B A B D E D. Students understood? Now let me discuss with you another literary device. Here in the whole poetry we can see enjambment. Now what is enjambment? Enjambment is a literary device which is giving us a note that if we understand it, the way a crow after finishing first line there is no comma, there is no full stop and there is no semicolon. In the same effect is there in the second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line, sixth line, seventh line. So continuously in both stanza you can see there is no full stop, no comma, no semicolon, and that's why we can say enjambment literary device is used here by poet. Now let me tell you another literary device which has been used here by the poet. Now in the second line if you see poet has used here assonance. Assonance. Now what is assonance? A-S-O, sonance. Now what is assonance? Assonance is a literary device where vowels has been used repeatedly in the line. Now here you can see in the second line O, O and O. O sound, O vowel is used 3 times. There is no fixation for the place. Sometime it comes at the beginning of the word, sometime it comes at the ending of the word, sometime it comes at the middle of the word. But O sound has value. That's why here we can say assonance. It is vowel particularly. Secondly, if we see in the last line, there is consonance. Now, what is consonance? Consonance, C-O-N-S-O-N-A-N-C, consonance. Now, what is consonance? Simply, we can say consonant. Now, consonant has value in the line. So, in the last line, we can see here they had ruined. Now, the sound is repeated 3 times. It has value in the line and it is creating musical effect. So, that's why it is consonance. Lastly, but very important, literary device is here. If we see in the fifth line, in the second stanza, first line, and in the poem, fifth line, here has heart. And again in the seventh line, saved some. Now here, her sound is repeated in same line twice, and even sa sound is repeated in the seventh line twice, but it is used at the beginning of the word, and so at when in the line any sound is repeated, so that is called repetition of the sound, and in the language of figure of speech it is called alliteration. 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 So here saved, okay, some, and above line you can see has heart. So students, in this way we learnt here poem. Now what is the message of this poetry? Very simply, message is that we should always have positive frame of mind. Even we are in a very bad or worse situation, if we have the positive frame of mind, then we can always have, even in the worst situation, good results. Okay? So think about it and have a positive frame of mind. Thank you.